Morning, happy Monday. It is February 24th and I'm headed to school. It's 7:15. We're having a rainy day. And the rain is supposed to transition to snow tonight and tomorrow. So, I don't know. I don't think it's going to amount to much of anything, but you never know for sure. So, we may have another snow day. I don't know. We're supposed to have a 5-day week this week for the first time since the first week of January. So, we will see what happens. On Saturday, my husband and I went to the city on the other side of us, and we had Texas Roadhouse, and we popped around to a few places to shop. Then we went a little farther to check out some shoes for him, and then we got a few things at Walmart, grabbed some Redbox movies, and we came home. So from Redbox, we got Midway and also Ford versus Ferrari. Now my husband is a Ford mechanic, has been for like 30 years, and he has been wanting to see that movie. So we got that movie and it was pretty good. And then Midway, I'm a big World War II buff. I don't know if I've mentioned that before or not. I don't know what it is about the 40s era that I love so much, but I'm just like drawn to it. Like maybe I should have lived in that time period. I don't know. I'm just fascinated with all things World War II, pre-World War II, post-World War II, and during World War II. It's just all of it. Every aspect of it is just fascinating to me. I just love that period in history. And I love studying it and learning about it and finding out more. So, I was pretty proud of myself. When we were watching this movie, I'm like, oh, I think that's Admiral Nimitz. Well, it was. Oh, I think that's this. Well, it was. I'm like, yay, I'm remembering things. I also have the Pearl Harbor movie, so I think I'll probably get Midway to add to my little World War II collection. Friday, I'm planning on doing something special in my classroom if I can get it pulled together. Like I have all the things for it and I have the materials and the lessons and all that, but it's just time to get it set up is what I'm working on right now. So Thursday night is when I would set things up, but I realized that a colleague and I are going to go visit a cave because they're having like a special teacher event because they have like revamped their whole education program. We took a tour of that cave last year as one of our field trips. And this cave had been a cave that was open for a long time, then it was closed and sold to a different family, I believe. And it was reopened, and they hadn't really done a lot of tours for schools at that point, I don't think. And I guess they've sat down and they've kind of planned things out, and now they're advertising, like they send out special invitations to teachers around the area to come to this special teacher event because they say they have this new revamped educational tour for kids. And so I was like, hey, we should go check that out because we're trying to decide which cave we want to go to this year. I am almost at school, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. I should be able to check in with you at lunchtime and kind of let you know how things are going. And I'll see you then. Good morning. Actually, I should say good afternoon because it's lunchtime. I just checked my teacher box, dropped the kids off for lunch, not in that order. We did so much stuff today. Whew, it's been a whirlwind. And you can see it's been raining. You see the rain on my windows. Yep. Okay. We did a really cool practice for subtraction today. Let me see if I can find it really fast here. This one's called Snowy Sprint, but this lady has different versions of this, and she's been making seasonal ones. So we actually did a Valentine version of it last week. Let me see if I can make it bigger here. It's a PowerPoint thing that you just project on your board. Okay. Here it is. Let me show you. See that? Now it'll say multiplication wheels or something. I don't know exactly what they're called now, but there are different ones. And what you do is you put a number in the middle here, but you can use it for anything. So I've done addition with them. Now we're doing subtraction. So of course with subtraction, you just have to make sure that you're not subtracting more than you have to subtract from. So today for my math intervention group, I divided my group into 2 teams. We've done several team things, so they're totally used to that. And I can even just say, divide yourself into 2 teams and they'll do it evenly. It's really cool. So the teams are sitting like here, like in rows. And the first person from each team comes up and they choose one of these numbers. And whatever number you put in here is up to you. But you have to at least have 12 because you can't, we're not doing negatives right now. So I started with 13 because we already did 12. So we did 13. Everybody from the groups came up one at a time, and it was a relay. And once all of these were filled up, one team was faster than the other, they won. Then the next time I erased all the numbers, and then I did the number 15, then I did the number 18, then I did the number 20. So we did 4 rounds of this. And what they do is, say the number is 12 here, just for practice sake. They're going to take one of these numbers and subtract it from the middle number and write the answer next to the number they subtracted off. So if it was 12 minus 12, 0. Next person to come up, they can pick any of them that have not already been done. It's a great way to practice fluency, and it's fun. They like it. Even the kids that struggle, I went up there, and since this is my intervention group, I would go up there and go, okay, do you want to count up or count back from your number? I would ask them what number they wanted, and they would tell me, and I would help them because it is intervention. These kids are struggling, so they need a little support. So it wasn't like, nobody got upset like, hurry up, you're making us lose. Nobody was like that at all because we're all in the same boat, right? I didn't start out doing it like a relay. We started out just the first 2 would come, and they would each answer, and they'd go sit down. Then the next 2 would come. So we did it very slowly. Now it's kind of a race because we've done so much of this kind of stuff now that I'm wanting them to get their fluency built up a little better. So I want them to try to go faster. So it's working really well. And I think I had like a learning walk while we were doing it. One of the teachers from our building and one of our admin came in while we were doing it. So they got to see a little bit of what we were doing. So that was for intervention time for math. Then we went to art. And after that, we came back and we did our Go Math lesson. That's my lunch. Let me grab that real quick. Okay, so the Go Math lesson was chapter 6, which is triple digit addition and subtraction. We're on lesson 4 today. And it was regrouping in the tens place. So we were practicing that, which, I mean, it's a review because we've done double digit addition already. So they've already done regrouping in the ones and in the tens. Not a big deal. When they see that hundreds place, I think it throws them for a loop though. Some of them are like, I said, guys, you can do this. You can do this. You know what you're doing. Don't let it fool you. And I even showed them how when you have the 3 numbers, we always start with the ones place, no matter what. And I get silly. I go, even in Australia, even on the Virgin Islands, even if you're on an airplane or scuba diving or in a volcano, you're always going to start with the ones place. It doesn't matter. They're like, why would we be doing this while we're scuba diving? I said, some people really love math. I don't know. Anyway, you might be figuring out how much air you have left. Who knows? So always start with the ones place. We do the ones place. Well, I would tell them to cover up the other 2. I said, especially in this lesson, they had the boxes drawn, like the ones were in a box, the tens were in a box, and the hundreds were in a box. There were lines in between them. So it totally looked like 3 separate addition problems with lines separating them. So I told them, I said, if these wig you out or make you worried, cover up the other 2 and just do those. So you're going to add this one and this one. Then move that over. Now add this one and this one. Move this over. Add this one and this one. Boom, done. And they're like, oh, which I've told them this before, but you have to reinforce these ideas. They don't remember everything you've told them, surprisingly enough, right? That's called teaching. You just keep doing it until it sticks. Yes. So we did that, and then we read Henry's Freedom Box, which if you've never read that story, it's pretty heartbreaking, honestly. It makes you sad. It has a mix of emotions partway through the book, so mostly a lot of sad, and it was very realistic. So yeah, it's about slavery. It's about a boy who grows up as a slave and what happens to him. So it's one of the Rooted in Reading lessons, and it's all about mood. We're focusing on mood of a story and how it makes you feel and how the story, the characters feel in the story. So one of the things that was fun to do with this book today was music. We used music to talk about mood. So that's in the Rooted in Reading lesson things. So there's this paper here where they got to listen to 3 different types of music, and as they're played, they got to write or draw how the music made them feel. And so I tried to get quite a variety of music. So the first one I did a Kids Bop piece of music. Then the second one I did a classical piece of music, and the third one I did Taylor Swift's We Are Never Getting Back Together Again song, which the kids thought was awesome. I wanted to try to pick a song I thought everybody had probably heard before, and some of them started bebopping to it and started singing it, so I knew they'd heard it many times. But when it was done, I asked everyone, how did you feel in the first song? Okay, different things. How did you feel in the second song? Different things. How did you feel in the third song? Different things. And we had talked about when you're watching a movie, do you hear music playing? And they're like, yeah. Are there different kinds of music? Yeah.
how does the music make you feel? Does the music kind of enhance what's going on in the movie? Like it makes you feel certain things. Like when there's a chase scene, don't you remember having music going, it's very exciting, fast-paced music, right? Or in an action movie, things are going really fast and crazy and it's really excited. And they're like, oh, yeah. And I said, when there's something sad happening, do you have sad music playing and maybe kind of soft and light? And they're like, yeah. I said, so that's how music can affect your mood. And we talked about how your perception can change depending on your mood. So you might be super thrilled to get a chocolate chip cookie at lunch when you're in a good mood. But if your dog ran away and someone stomped on your big toe right before lunch, you might not give a flying fig if you got a chocolate chip cookie right then because you're angry and upset about stuff. So your mood affects a lot of things. So we talked about how music can make moods and also how writers can show mood by the way the characters talk, by the way they speak, the words they say, the surroundings, how it's described. Even the illustrator can show mood by the pictures they draw. So they're like, oh. I said, so next time you're reading a book, like later today, can you maybe try to imagine what kind of music you might put with certain sections of your book, depending on how it makes you feel? And they're like, yeah. Like maybe in your head, you can kind of imagine some music playing as you're reading. And they thought that was super cool. Then after that, we did the letter F in cursive. This lovely gem of a page. Now these are freebies. We just do from this Kid Zone, but all freebies, all of the lowercase are on there. And I think capitals are on there too, but it's a different format. Then they got to choose which nonfiction book they wanted to do the report on. So I had all of my animal books out that I could find, and I had my biographies out that they could look through. Today we're working on ER. So they're gonna do some decoding of ER words and also finding them kind of like on a maze type thing, almost like a paper. And then they get to make this butterfly. It's only 2 pieces. Should take 5 minutes, really. And I think that'll be super fun. And then it'll be time to pack and split out for dismissals. I have early buses. I believe this is my last week. I'm looking at my duty schedule up here on the calendar. I believe this is my last week of that. Also today I have my college student who's observing, and she said this is her last day. Stink. But she wants to come another time this week because she missed one from being sick, and we had snow days and all kinds of weirdness. So she's going to stay extra long today. Plus she is planning on coming another day this week as well. I'll chat with you later and let you know how our day went. Good evening. It is like 20 to 5 and I'm getting ready to walk out of here, but I wanted to show you, I got rid of 2 of these. They are now over there. So I guess I didn't really get rid of them so much as I took the tablecloth off, but that's done. I've changed all my calendars. I checked finally all the pencil pouches. So I've got a pile of kids that had all their pencils and a pile for the kids that didn't have all their pencils, so they can bring me some in the morning. I can sharpen them to get them back up to 6. I have a stack of like the stuff I did for the Super Bowl and for the 102nd day and for Valentine's Day. And I think there's even some Christmas stuff in there because we were going to do the movie when we came back in January and then it didn't work out. So there's some Polar Express stuff in there still. So that's like stuff from January and February. Here's the little, I think I showed you this earlier. Here's the little guy that we did today for ER. So I can take him down now. But the kids love that. So I actually projected that page I showed you. I have some left over because not everybody was here today. Yeah. Whoops. I projected this page on my board and then I had the kids read them because our scale is decoding our controlled vowel words. Our controlled vowel words. There we go. Wasn't sounding right to me. Anyway, so I had the class read them and I'd say, does that have ER in it? And they'd tell me yes or no. And if it did, we colored it. Then at the end, we counted up how many there were. We wrote how many in that box on that paper. And then I had them use those words to write on the spots of the butterfly. Then when they were done writing them, they could cut it out and glue it. That one went really fast because there are not a lot of pieces. I mean, it was the wings. And this was obviously an extra boo-boo page, so I didn't get rid of it because Astrobrites are not cheap. So I save anything that I accidentally copy too many or the wrong thing or something, and I can use the other side. So yeah. So they had the big wing piece, and then they had the body to cut out and glue. Tomorrow we're doing IR bird, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. 2 wing pieces, a body, and 2 feet. And my feet got a little squished. Poor little feeties. I just made these on Friday. I just took the extra pieces home. So when I was copying everything for me and for my teamie, since we're doing the same thing, I took 2 of each home so I could make one set for her and one set for me. But the reason I have sentence strips hanging out is because I have 3 kids that didn't finish their headbands, these things that we did last week. But yeah, I need to give these guys their prize for the pencil pouch. And these guys, I need to ask them to bring however many pencils they're short of 6 so I can sharpen and put their number on and everything. Oh, there's just like stuff. All of these here are copies for this week, which I need to actually clean out my thing over there. It's the Monday through Friday drawers. I need to clean those out so I can actually put stuff in them because stuff is everywhere, like literally everywhere. I need to go through my piles of stuff and get rid of things. Like mostly back here, it's just stuff that needs to be put where it belongs. It's just been stacked up. So it's not really stuff I have to go through. It just needs to be put away. But then like this needs to be gone through. This needs to be gone through again. This needs to be gone through. All of this needs to be sorted through. These are all things that need to be finished. Back from our Super Bowl party thing where they were doing all that stuff for their lap book. Some of them didn't finish their lap books. I have regular books that need to be put away back here. I have papers in this cart that need to be put away. It's just, ugh, there's stuff everywhere. So these are all this is the cursive we did today and all the nonfiction books we looked through. So everything has a reason, but I just need to get stuff put away because it's driving me bananas. When we come back from spring break, I will have morning room, which is no big deal. It just means you have to be in here a little bit before 7:30. The kids can come to your room at 7:30 and you just have an activity for them to do. And what I've done in the past is I've just let them do like stations kind of things. They could just do the morning bins. That'd be fine. They'd like that. So that'd be good. Easy cleanup. You don't have to make copies. You don't have to have crayons all over the floor. Sometimes I will have crayons, like on Fridays, I'd have crayons out where they could color. Sorry, I got a phone call from my husband letting me know that he was going to stay and work on his truck. He needs to put in a new starter and the piece is there, so he's going to do that. So I don't have to be in a hurry to get out of here, but I think I will just because I don't need to burn my candle at both ends like I tend to do. I realized something I did not show you yet is the stuff I found at Dollar Tree. So if I remember by the time I get home, I will try to show you that stuff because it's actually inside my car. So if I remember that it's in there, after I feed the cats, maybe I can show you that real quick because there's some neat stuff. So stuff that I got for March Madness, the thing I do that's Corey Markuson's comprehension breakout for the Chris Paul book, Long Shot. That was really awesome last year. And I got some Easter things, not a ton because I have a lot of Easter things. And there's something else I got. Oh yes, I got Easter baskets that look like footballs for my Super Bowl stuff next year. Or for just football stuff in the fall, whichever. What else? It seems like there was one more thing, but I'll have to just look. I'll show you. So yes, my goal is to remember to show you when I get home. So I'll do that and I'll see you then.
Good morning, happy Tuesday. It is February 25th and it's about 7:20 and I'm headed to school, of course. And I am so sorry I did not show you anything that I got at Dollar Tree because I ended up going to Target last night after I talked to you because I thought, you know what, I feel like it. My husband had called and said he wasn't going to be home for a while because he was going to work on his truck. And as I was going home, I went, I think I'm going to go that way and go to Target. So I did, and I found some really cool stuff there. So, new plan. I'll show you what I found at Dollar Tree and at Target. You get 2 for 1. Yeah. So my plan is to not stay after school today. We'll see how that works. And go home, and then I can show you all of the goodies that I found. So I basically just shopped the dollar spot, $5 spot, $10 spot, whatever you want to call it. And then I got just a few other things. Like we like their honey battered chicken tenders that they have in their freezer section. I got a couple of bags of those, and I got a snack mix, and I got a couple of other little things. But mostly I just kind of wandered around because I could, you know, if I don't have somebody with me, I can wander to my heart's content. So I will show you the things that I found. I didn't get everything, but they did have many erasers. And yes, I got some. I did not get any at Valentine's time though. And it's possible they didn't have any because whenever I looked the one time I went, they didn't really have anything. And so I never really worried about it, honestly. So yay for that. But yeah, I did get some others because they had some really cute spring ones, and they had Dr. Seuss ones. Ugh. So I will show you all of that when I get home today after school. Today, sorry about that. I got a phone call from my husband. He was just calling to say I love you. Aw, so sweet. He's like, hi, how you doing? I said, what do you want? What's the matter? He goes, nothing. I just called to say I love you. Makes me think of that song. I just called to say I love you. You know, so I was like, oh, I thought you were beating around the bush to tell me something bad. He goes, no, I just wanted to tell you I love you. I'm like, oh, thanks. I love you too. He doesn't usually do stuff like that. So it's extra special when he does. It's a nice surprise. So that was so sweet. That starts my morning off extra nice. Okay, so I was talking about going to Target, which he knows I went. I don't hide stuff from him. Anyway, so yes, Dr. Seuss erasers and cute little spring erasers. Now some of them, like the Easter ones, I didn't even get because, to be completely honest, I have way more than any one person ever could use because I had bought them on clearance after I got a whole bunch of them when they weren't on clearance a few years back. So I didn't even buy any last year. But they came in the boxes that year, and they were like 70 cents a box or something. And before, they had been like $3 a box. And so I bought some boxes of them when they were out originally. And then, like I said, when they went on clearance, 70 cents a box. And I seriously bought tons of them, tons. So I don't see myself ever needing Easter erasers for the rest of my life. Really, I don't. There are so many of them. So I'm going to start gifting them to people. I'm going to start using them in my lock boxes as prizes. I'm going to start giving them to some of my teacher friends so they can use them for games for their kids. Yeah, that's why when I saw the little Easter ones, I'm like, nope, I don't need bunnies or chicks or eggs. Nope, nope, nope. I don't need any of that. So I sifted through all the erasers and I kind of slid those to the side because I'm like, I don't need any of those. They were cute. There were some I didn't have, and I'm like, that's okay. I don't have to have all of them. See, I'm making progress. Yeah. There are some of us on Instagram that probably should form an Erasers Anonymous group or something because some of us, me included, a little obsessed with those things. But trying to work through it. Yes. Oh, I was saying today was going to be a pretty normal day. Next week will be probably weird though because it's Read Across America week and we do have visitors coming to our school for that, but that'll be fun. Oh, we do have something different today actually. The board is coming to take a tour of our school and kind of just check in the classroom and say hi, but that's not going to be really a thing that I have to worry about or be at. They'll just come when they feel like it. So I guess that is something a little different today. And then we're supposed to get snow tonight. Yep. Snow tonight and snow in the morning. Will there be another snow day? We don't know. It's possible because they're projecting 1 to 3 inches of snow. I don't know. It will be cold enough tonight to keep it frozen, but right now it's like 40, I think. So everything's just all wet from the rain yesterday. It rained off and on all day yesterday and into the evening too. Like my deck was wet when I went to feed the kitties this morning, and it was cold. That wind was really bitter. So their poor little toe beans were cold, but they have those little houses to go in. I don't know if I've ever showed you those. They're just like the big storage plastic boxes, and I cut a hole, an opening in the end, and I put duct tape around the opening so it wouldn't cut them, and I put the lid on, snapped it down, and then I put like a copy paper box inside to insulate and a blanket so that they could be nice and warm inside there. Keeps them out of the elements, keep them out of wind. They use them. So in the mornings I see them coming out of there, so they're liking them. Before I go though, it was one of my team members' birthdays on Sunday, and I had intended on doing something for her on Friday during our PLC meeting. I totally forgot because being sick just threw me off my schedule so badly, and I completely didn't do anything, and I felt so bad. So I have something for her today, and I'll just show you really quick. It's a cupcake, and it says, take the cake. And all this is one of those like cappuccino cups or whatever you want to call them that I'd gotten for my bathuccinos last year. I have a whole bunch of them. And I just put the lid on upside down and taped it on so it wouldn't flop around in there, and just printed a label off the internet. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But it'll be a little, I was thinking of you kind of thing. So I'm sure she'll like it. Those cupcakes are good. I had one myself. You never know with the store-bought cupcakes. Sometimes they're really wangy. But generally, if you get the uncolored frosting, they taste a lot better because that frosting gives it quite a wang when it's colored. Okay, now I'm going to go, and I'll talk to you later.
Hello, welcome to lunchtime again. We have done so much. I'm so excited. Everything on my lesson plans has been accomplished. I'm so excited. Yay. So this morning for Power Hour, which is our math intervention, we did some identifying facts that matched the answer. So they had to decide which ones actually went with the answer, and they had to color those in. And then for, my class went to music. After music, we came back and we got our pencil pouch prizes, which they got a pencil and a Tootsie Roll because they got 2 prizes today. Found my dry erase marker that I was missing earlier. Then we had snack. We talked about lesson 7, I think, today. And that was regrouping in the tens place to subtract triple digit numbers. That one was a little tricky. Since we did addition yesterday, I think that threw them for a loop. Even though our whole lesson and our class practice was subtraction, when I was checking their books, a lot of them, I mean, like a huge chunk of them, added instead of subtracted. And I was like, oh, they added. That's what happened. So I said, hey guys, we were doing subtraction today. They're like, oh. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do it again tomorrow. It's okay. We'll practice some more. But I thought, oh my goodness, they need to look at those symbols. Plus, all we did was subtraction today. So I don't know. I think they had addition in their brain. It'll be okay. We'll just work on it some more. No big deal. Then after that, we read that historical figures book from Rooted in Reading, and I will try to find that for you so I can show it to you. It was really cool. So it was about George Washington Carver, Marian Anderson, Thurgood Marshall, and Oprah Winfrey. And let me show you just what the cover of it looks like. If I can get to the beginning of it. Okay, this is the book right there. And it had interesting information about all of those people. Okay, then after we read it together, I gave the students this flip flap to put in their reading response journals. There. And we came up with one interesting fact about each person. And so I took a picture of that, so I'll put that right here. So we tried to pick something that was unique and unusual about each person. I think we did a really good job. The kids picked out things. So I just said a few things and they're like, that one. I'm like, oh, okay, let's write that down. So I wrote them on the board and then they wrote them under their little, I go that way, under their flaps in their notebooks. When they were finished with that, they got their book that they'd chosen yesterday for their informational report. And I'll put a picture of the bowl of books here. Today they got to pick out 5 awesome facts about their topic. And that was the only thing they had to do today, was find 5 facts. Now, not everybody got 5 because we had some lingerers writing down their things about the famous Americans. So everything kind of got shoved back a little farther. But most people got at least 1 or 2 facts. That's my lunch beeping. Let me grab that real quick. Today's lunch is this. Yum. After we got our facts down, whatever time we had for that, then I had them put that away back in the bowl and we did the letter J, and I'll put the picture of that here. I only have a couple of people that need to finish that. And I see, yes, 2 pages out and they just have a few more J's to write and a couple words. Then they can turn that in. So we are just cruising along. Today we will be learning how to read a map. So we're going to watch the Brain Pop Junior on maps. And then we're going to actually follow directions on a map. So it's a pirate map. You have to color certain things, certain colors, and then you have to mark where something is in relation to something else. So I have to say it's north of this or south of this. Then tomorrow we're going to be doing something else with maps, and I'll tell you about that tomorrow after our social studies, which is maps, which that's after reading groups. So we have recess, then reading groups, then that. So for reading groups today, we're going to be really focusing on finding the main idea and details in nonfiction. So that's going to be really good. And I have a couple of passages I'm going to use. We're going to do one of them whole group and then another one in small groups. So tomorrow, I guess we'll do that actually, because since some of my readers will be gone during that time, I want all of them together. So we'll do that together tomorrow. And then in small groups tomorrow afternoon, then we'll work on the finding the main idea, because then we'll assess it next week. Oh, and then we have reading intervention time. Yes, it's a whirlwind. And we're working on the IR, R-controlled chunk. We will read through them all and we'll mark the ones that have IR, and then we'll make our bird, IR bird, and put IR words on the spots of the bird. And that'll be our lesson for today. So that will be the end of our day. Then I have early buses until the end of this week, and then I have nothing for a couple weeks. And then after spring break, I start early morning room. So this year is just going by quickly, so quickly. Whew. All right, I'm going to eat my lunch, relax a little bit, and get ready for the afternoon. I'll talk to you later. Hello, I'm at my car, as you can probably tell. And I thought I'm just gonna show you the stuff I got from Dollar Tree, and then I'll show you the stuff from Target in a little bit. So, because it's in my car, I'm gonna show these. Can you tell if those are little like cauldrons or lucky gold pots? And they have the gold for that, which is great for math games. Also, little foamy basketballs. And look what they have in the Easter section. Are these not the cutest little Easter baskets? So March Madness, baby. They also have football ones. Super cool for the Super Bowl. All right, and then there were some. Look at the cute little bunnies. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll show you the stuff from Target in just a little bit. All right, I'm in my garage, and I did not forget to show you stuff that I got from the dollar spot. So here we go. Let me show you the coolness. These, look. It looks like a dinosaur, right? No, look closer. It's a dog. So I think there are like 4 maybe different little x-rays. And like there's a stethoscope and a reflex hammer and a thermometer and a shot and an ear scope, an otoscope, ear and nose. And hello, Pet Vet. Yeah, so I got 2 of those. These were $3. Okay, they had some different sets too. I think there was like a tool set and there was like a baby doll set. I thought I want to do like a Pet Vet measurement thing later. There's not much later left. We'll see. Okay, here's the super cute wooden stuff that I found. Look at this. Can you see that? Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. Hot dog and hamburger with all the fixins. Super cute. And here is the cute kebab set. So at first, here you go. At first, I looked at this and it was on like the bottom of the shelf and I went, is that like a candy cane thing? Was this from Christmas? And then I looked closer. It's shrimp. Like shrimp and steak and pineapple and green pepper and tomato, I'm thinking, or maybe red pepper. Oh, here we go. Look at his lines. Grill marks. Look at that. How cute is that? Okay, $3. And the other one was $3 as well. Okay, throw those back in the bag so they don't go flopping all over my trunk here. All right, now, Eraserland. They had all kinds, you can't see anything, all kinds of varieties of Dr. Seuss erasers. I don't know if you can tell what those are. There's that kind. And then, let's see, let's find something that's a different color. Oh, yeah, these. This is like Thing 1 and Thing 2 and Cat in the Hat and the, I don't know, that weird ball that they play around with. See? Let me see them in there. Yep, there's like, what, 60 erasers, I want to say. 60 erasers. They're tiny, too. Super, super tiny. I want to say there's another set of these. Oh, I think this is the other set. This has like 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Can you handle the cuteness? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Yeah, so cute. Okay, I think I got all the sets of Dr. Seuss stuff. Then they had, let me see if I can get both sets here. Spring sets. Now, like I told you this morning, I didn't get any of the Easter ones because I do not need more Easter bunnies or ducks or chicks, nothing like that, or eggs, because I have a billion of them. But this is just a spring set. It has bees, snails, frogs, bees, snails, and frogs in this set. See there? And let me switch here. This one has tulips, butterflies. Oh, 2 different colors of butterflies, pink ones and blue ones, and then tulips. See that? Hi, baby. Freaky kitty's over here. Hi, sweet pea. Is he freaky? Yeah, hi, baby. Hi. Hi, sweet girl. What you doing? It's okay. Aw, it's okay, baby. Yeah, my good girl. She's from the litter that started it all. Her mama came around, and that's the one I talked about that Gerald had found the mama and was petting her and stuff. And then the next day, she seemed really, really grouchy. And he was like, what the heck? And he realized she had babies. That was one of her babies, and that was like 7 or 8 years ago. So yeah, she's my old standby girl. She's a sweet girl. She doesn't like other cats at all. Like, she hisses at them and swipes at them. But she loves us. So she's a sweetie girl. She's afraid of the garage. Smart girl. She knows the garage door is bad news, and she's afraid of the car sounds. You ready for some food, baby girl? Yeah. Okay, sorry I got interrupted. I don't even know what I was saying anymore, but my husband called and said he's on his way home. So yay. So yeah, I'm not sure where I was when I was talking. So I was talking about the cat. Yes, she is ready for food. So I'm going to go take care of her and all her friends outside and all my friends inside and get my chili going and finish my evening. So I will see you in the morning.